Our Joe Sam is live in Clintonville this morning with a preview, and I hope you have the proper clothing on this morning, Joe.
Maria, I am layered up, and you know what? We're going to be doing this all for such an amazing cause. Extra, extra. Read all about it. So there you go. This is exactly what they're going to be doing this morning. Let's go and see.
Volunteers are on a mission to make sure that no child will be kept from school because they don't have the proper clothing.
And this is Charity Newsies, 111th year for this event. Our Joe Sam is in Clintonville live right now with all the good details. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Like you just mentioned, this has been going on for decades, 111th year doing this charity event right here. And there are so many volunteers. They come through right here in the doors. They sign, and you can see people already walking in and getting everything done. They've been signing in since about 4 o'clock this morning, getting ready to hit the streets and hand out those newspapers. Now we have the buttons on deck. We have the breakfast on deck. All of the volunteers are already sitting down, getting fueled up and energized. And speaking of volunteers, we have Mr. Mike with us right now, the chair drive. And you're going to be telling us all about this great information that people can learn to say. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, what do we have going on here? Because you guys have been decked out in your nice jumpsuits here, ready to go, right?
Absolutely. Once a year, the Newsies take to the streets. We raise money for the children of Franklin County.
And you know what? This is such an important cause for those kids because we're making sure they're warm and that they're dressed and clothed throughout all of the donations that you guys received today. Tell us where the idea behind this comes from.
Well, it started in 1907, downtown Columbus, Ohio, at Broad and High.
Wow.
And some businessmen decided they saw a child out selling newspapers, and he was cold and not clothed properly. So they took his papers, went outside, sold them all, brought him the money because they took him inside and fed him.
Wow. And that's what we're doing today. You know what? You can give any donation, anything that you can afford. You get your newspaper. There's going to be several volunteers located throughout Central Ohio, right? Selling those newspapers. They're going to be decked out and ready to go, and we're going to be joining them as well, right? I'm going to get dressed up in one of those jumpsuits.
Absolutely. I have a jumpsuit for you.
And we're going to hit the streets and make sure we are selling these newspapers today for such a great cause and such a great need here in the community. Mr. Mike, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for supporting us.
Not a problem. We're going to let you go ahead and get fueled up.
Yes.
But right now, we're going to send things back to you guys in the studio. We'll be right back with much more. I'm going to go get ready for my jumpsuit, you guys. Hey, good morning, you guys. It's been a wonderful event so far. We've had the volunteers with the high school kids already outside packing in all those newspapers. I've heard over 100,000 newspapers have been gathered out there, 110,000 to be exact, packed into those drivers' cars to get ready to get out there and donate. We've had the volunteers fueling up in here all this morning. As you can see, they're emptying out, getting ready to hit the streets this morning. And to talk a little bit more about hitting the streets, we have Mr. Michael Burrell and Mr. Scott Warner with Columbus City Schools to give you guys some insight on exactly where all of this goes to. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So let's talk about where this happens and to what children it happens for and what school districts it's going to be taking place in. Give us that information.
Every school in Franklin County, as you can see, we supply them clothes, even if they're at a private school or whatever.
And you know what? I think this is really important for those kids in the schools. And to talk about the schools a little bit more, give us some insight on what this impact does to you guys, school city here in Columbus.
Well, you know, every child should have the opportunity to succeed, and clothing should not be a barrier. And so the work of the Charity Newsies is so important to our district. Thousands of our students in Columbus City Schools benefit, but thousands of students outside of our district do too. And the Newsies have been supportive for so long in making sure that clothing is never a barrier to success.
And you know what? I think it's just a successful event. Speaking of success, because this has been going on for 111 years.
Yes.
Absolutely, just a huge milestone for you guys, and you're going to continue doing this here. I've seen so many volunteers coming here this morning, and just to say you got the kids up bright and early, that's something too.
Yes, we're trying to reach out. Our goal today is about $500,000.
Oh, yes.
So Columbus, step up as you always do.
And you're getting ready to go out there right now, right?
Absolutely. And I think we're taking you with us.
Yeah, well, you are. You know what? I have my suit already. Go ahead and open that up for them guys to see. Jackie Maria, you see that here? She said I got to look official, you guys.
That's right. If you're going to be on the corner with us, you got to be one of us. So here you go, Joe.
Oh, we're ready. We're going to go and get ready to put this on, and we're going to hit the streets right now. Make sure you get out those beds. Come and get your newspaper. Donate for such a great cause out here. We're going to have more information for you guys in just a bit, but for right now, we're going to send things back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
You can donate to receive a special edition paper, just like the one Joe Sam has. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, you guys. As you can see me right now, we have gotten decked out. Let me do a little twist for you. There we go. We've gotten decked out in our Charity Newsies outfit this morning, just like a lot of the other volunteers that are going to be participating in this amazing event this morning. Like you mentioned earlier, we have our paper right here. This is going to be a paper that you can come and pick up at all of the different locations throughout the city of Columbus. I have actually a page on my photo on my Facebook page with all of those locations. We're going to be at Morrison High, and we're going to be getting ready to sell all of these papers. Now, it doesn't matter what type or how much of a donation that you can contribute. Anything that you can contribute will be very helpful for these kids. You can see some of the coats that they have up in here. We're talking about the clothing that some of these kids can get whenever you come out and participate in this event. Most of the proceeds are going to be going towards gathering those clothes for those school kids in the Columbus area. Franklin County, I believe, the Franklin County School District area, they're going to be getting all of these clothes for these kids. There are several different school areas and school kids that need these clothes throughout the year. We told you about a story from when it all started back in the 1900s, from when one of the kids was out selling one of his newspapers, and he didn't have on any clothes, not a lot of clothes to keep him warm throughout that season. So they had some great volunteers that came and made sure they sold those papers for him. So they just wanted to pick up this here and continue this process for over 100 years, you guys. 111 years they've been doing this here, and they're going to continue doing this every year. Volunteers have been out since early this morning, 4 o'clock this morning. We saw some of the high school kids taking all of these papers and packing them into the cars of everyone so that they can go and start their routes. We also had some volunteers gearing up and putting on their clothes. They just finished heading out with their jumpsuits. So if you see anyone with one of these jumpsuits out here today, I have my news bag right now with all of the papers in it. You can make sure you donate to those people out there. They're ready. They're excited to meet everybody. Jackie Maria, I'm excited to meet everybody as well. So again, we're going to be on Morrison High, but there are several locations throughout the Columbus area. I have those locations on my Facebook page, and you can also text to donate. We have that text number on there so that if you don't want to get out early this morning in the cold, you can also text and send in your donations. We're going to have more information on how you can do so, and I'm going to get ready to go and hit my route in just a bit. Send things back to you guys in the studio.
And Joe, we expect you to sell a lot of newspapers.
That's right.
Hey, good morning, good day, Columbus. We are giving out these papers all this morning. We're volunteering right now with Charity Newsies. This is an event that's been happening since the 1900s, and we're continuing it today. You can see right now, we're right here on Morrison High. We have volunteers already out this morning with their Charity Newsies jumpsuits on, and they've been selling these papers like hotcakes. It's been running off the shelves, so you know if you want to get yourselves this paper, you can come and do that right now on Morrison High, but several locations all throughout the Columbus area. We're going to be out here all this morning making sure that you give those donations in. It doesn't matter how much the donation, you give anything that you have, change to dollars, whatever it may be, and we can help out these kids here in the Columbus area, make sure that they're clothed throughout the season and throughout the entire year. We're seeing some of the volunteers right now. Hey, you guys, how are you feeling?
Hey, we're great. This is a great day. This is our just like Christmas to us every year.
And we're dressed like Christmas. This is his daughter right here, and you came out nice and warm this morning, right?
Yeah, I have quite a few layers on. I barely could get my suit on over all my layers.
But we're ready to sell newspapers.
And you guys have been selling those newspapers. It's been a lot of traffic coming through right now. The lights have been just on a little timer, so we're waiting till those lights turn red, which is actually, they're turned red right now. So we head out into the streets after those lights turn red, and we sell these papers, making sure that we are getting this cause in for the kids, as you can see right now happening. We're going to be out here this morning, you guys. Look at that. They are getting the donations. Even the bus drivers are giving out these donations. Such a great cause that's happening this morning. Now we're going to continue to warm up, and as we continue to warm up, we're going to send things on over the field. Phil, are we getting any type of higher temperatures to keep me warm out here?
Yeah, later this afternoon.
Hey, you guys, it's Good Day Columbus out here, and we're having a good day standing out here on Morrison High selling these Charity Newsies newspapers right now. Why are we doing this? Well, we are doing this for such a great cause out here because we are doing it to gather money in to get those clothing items for those kids in need in the Columbus area. We're going to be doing this all this morning. We have locations throughout the Columbus area, over 1,000 locations. They've been doing this for over 100 years. This is their 111th year doing this here. Such a great cause. We've been getting in those donations. We've been in the middle of the streets. As you can see right now, the volunteers are out in their jumpsuits in the middle of the streets. It doesn't matter how much you donate. You can donate whatever is in your ashtray, whatever you find in between those car seats, whatever you can find. We're taking them all in and we are giving it back to such a great cause. Now, I have to tell you guys a really cool story just a second ago. We had one of the homeless guys walk up to us and he didn't have much, but you know what? He still took out $1 and gave to this worthy cause. So that just really touched my spirit. It touched a lot of the other volunteer spirits out here as well. He saw what we were doing. He heard about the cause on the show this morning, and he said, you know what, we're going to give. Oh, look, I got a volunteer right now. Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Have a good one. Merry Christmas. Oh, you see what I'm saying, you guys? We've been racking in all of those donations this morning. My bag is almost empty. I've had a bag full this morning, but you know what? It's almost empty because that's how great the Columbus area has come out this morning and donated to such a great cause. We got people waving. We got people speaking in. And like I said, there's so many locations. I have a picture on my Facebook page with all of those locations. Now, if you can't get up this morning to donate, we have a number that you can text. If you can't get out in the streets, we have a number you can text, which you can see at the bottom of your screen for those donations. You can text that number and send in whatever contribution you are trying to make. Again, this is going to such a great cause, you guys. We're going to be doing this all this morning, and it's going back to the children here in Columbus. Now, like I just finished saying, we got volunteers down here on the roads, as you can see. We have them on each corner, and there's some throughout the entire city. So I have been having a great time. This is my first time doing this. Oh, look, we have another volunteer. We are getting it in on the show this morning. You give whatever you can give. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How do you feel volunteering this morning? Well, giving out that donation.
I feel good.
Oh,
You guys go.
this is going to such a great cause for the kids out here. We really appreciate you.
Yeah,
Have a great one. Everybody has been coming out here and giving out these donations. Like I said, it doesn't matter how much you contribute. Every cent is going to go back to the kids here in Columbus to make sure they're nice and warm, because we're not too warm out here, but it just warms our spirits and warms our hearts whenever we come out and we see all of the people stopping and giving out these donations for these kids out here. Some people didn't even know what they were giving for, but they saw us out here putting in all that energy and effort. And you can do the same all day today, supporting Charity Newsies. For now, we're going to go ahead and continue getting in those donations, and we're going to send things back to you guys in the studio. Extra, extra, read all about it.
He's doing
a good job.
Yeah, they saw his happy face. So like, of course we want to. All goes towards a great cause. So how many papers have you sold, Joe?
Oh, you guys, I've been selling them like hotcakes. Like I said, it feels really good out here right now. We have been working really hard, and we've burned up that sweat because we've been running into the streets, getting in all those papers and all those donations for this amazing cause for Charity Newsies. Is going back to a great organization that's going to be helping those kids in the Columbus area, providing them with clothing for the holiday season and throughout the rest of the year. They are trying to raise $500,000 today, so they have a really big cause. You can see right now we're collecting in some of those donations, which is what we've been doing all this morning since we've kicked off. The volunteers have been out and about since 4 o'clock, getting those papers ready and getting this in for such a great cause. And we're joined right now with 2 of the volunteers right now. A little loud out here, a little chilly, but you guys did not worry about that at all because you're out.
Warm.
Dress warm. And you have so much energy because you've been in and out of the streets working hard to get those donations in. How does that make you feel?
It feels great. And it feels great to be able to clothe the kid. On a regular basis, I go by a bus stop and I see kids wearing our clothes. And that just warms my heart. So it warms me up today to be out here.
So you don't even worry about how cold it is because you are feeling good.
I'm feeling great.
And you've been doing this too. You've been singing the songs with me and getting the dance in. Hey, you see, look, we've got people already waving. Thank you. We appreciate it. Oh, she says that she was with Charity News since she's been young. So she has been a part of this cause as well. So seeing other people stop by, I mean, how does that make you feel, seeing other people who's been a part of this organization since they were kids and now they're adults now, seeing this effort still going on for 111 years?
That's the best part of it, when people stop us as they're donating and say, you know, we appreciate you being out here. I got clothes when I was young, and it made all the difference. They're new clothes, they're not hand-me-downs. It made me feel great, and that's the best part. Even a homeless man earlier stopped me and said, I'm going to give you $1 even though I don't have very much myself. So that it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It really makes you feel good, and I think that's the big thing about this here. Thank you, guys. I'm going to let you guys get back to work and continue collecting that money. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Thank you. Help us out. Thank you.
And you can do just that by texting the number that you see at the bottom of your screen. If you can't get out here and make it, any donation is what they're asking for. You can give a penny to whatever you have in your ashtray or in between those seats. That's going to go back towards those kids. Like I said, there's several locations all throughout the city of Columbus, and I have those locations posted up on my Facebook page. We're on Morrison High right now, so if you are coming out and about, make sure you stop by and give out those donations to Charity Newsies. For right now, we're going to send things back to you guys in the studio as we continue to sell our papers.
He's doing a good job out there.
Yeah.